for this week, Chevron was really the only one that I knew for sure that I was playing, just being a past champion. So now this one and that one for sure, and then probably something in the summer, just when Emory doesn't have kindergarten. We can't miss kindergarten now, so probably something in the summer. But really, I have no idea. I don't know what I'm going to get into. Do I need to ask for another sponsor invite? Being semi-retired, which sounds weird, so we'll just have to see.
For you, I know when you kind of put yourself in that headspace, it might take a second to get out of it and get ready to compete again. What switches do you have to flip back on as you readied yourself for this week?
Yeah, I feel like I've always just been a field player. So, I was joking with my group today about, I've only played on Fridays, and the director of instruction of our club was out just walking with me, and he was like, "You've only ever played on Fridays. Like, it's not like I was a big practice person before, so I've really been doing the same things that I've always done. So it's pretty still fresh in what I always do. So it's more just the mental side. Since having kids, just kind of trying to focus out there and not think, wonder what they're doing right now. I wonder if they're having a good day. Did they have lunch today? Like all these things go through your brain about like mom guilt. So it's just trying to focus on golf and just taking it in and enjoying the moment.
I know, obviously, you mentioned Emory's kindergarten, and that was, her starting kindergarten was a big proponent or caveat of what really caused you to think about stepping away last year. What have you been doing with the kindergarten class? Are you still doing lunch duty? Are you still going into help?
Yeah, not as much as I would like. My husband, unfortunately, is working out of town now. And unfortunately, the dog is just not willing to watch the 2-year-old, so I can go do lunch. So it's kind of throwing a little bit of a wrench in my volunteering, but I'll probably get back to it somehow, whether I have to take the 2-year-old to my parents' house and then go do lunch and then go back and get her. But it's so much fun just to go and see their smiling faces. My parents have owned a daycare for over 35 years, so just being around kids and being in that scene is just right up my alley. So it's always fun to go into lunch and surprise my 5-year-old and her see me there. So it's pretty cool.
And then last one for me, obviously being a female in sports, and you have 2 daughters, it is National Girls Women in Sports Day. Can you just speak to what it means to you to be a woman in sports and to be setting that example for your daughters?
Yeah, it's so cool. Whether it's my daughters or any child, it's just cool to be able to be somebody that's influencing the next generation. I've always wanted to leave the game better than what it was when I turned pro 20 years ago. So to have that ability to be able to sign one autograph out there for some child, male or female, just to be able to inspire them to maybe want to pick up the game, whether it's high school, college, professional, whatever it may be, later in life for business. It's just such a wonderful game that I feel like every child should play. So again, I had my first tee event on Monday, and just I love seeing the kids out there playing and picking up the game.
Speaking of your first tee event, that was the question I was going to ask.
Oh.
Since we last saw you at Pelican, you have been involved in a number of charity outings along the way. How important is it to have things like your first tee event, like the event Morgan runs, like the Palmacia event that I know you went to last month?
That was the coolest event I've played, I think, ever. I had the best day, but it's crazy. It's like our generation, like Morgan Pressel, Sandra Gall had her own charity event there for a while. It seems like the new generation doesn't quite get the whole giving back and the, celebrating, this great career that you've had, to be able to give back your time to host something bigger than just this. So to be able to have my event or be able to help Morgan at her event, it's just cool to be in a spot to be able to give back and to raise some funds for local charities. And I'm basically on the Pro-Am tour now, which is super fun to go help charities, raise a little bit of money, and anything to do with kids, breast cancer, those are right up my alley.
And what did your first tee event do, and how much did you raise? And
yeah, I haven't got the numbers yet, but I'm hearing it's somewhere around 250, like netting 250, which is, for us, really incredible. I know we had at the end a give from the heart. We had a lovely family match up to $20,000 for us to get us a new bus. Our bus flooded during the hurricane, so to be able to have the bus again, to be able to go pick up the kids, bring them to golf, and let them enjoy the game of golf, and then take them home, it's just really cool. So we had a great time. I've heard nothing but good things. Even other tour players out here, they're like, "Hey, heard your event on Monday was really successful. Like, congratulations." So word's getting around, which is really cool.
great.
Phil, behind you.
Sorry, Phil.
Oh, no worries. Hi, Brittany.
Hi.
Sticking with the junior space, I know alum of girls golf, longtime ambassador. We recently announced our new ambassadors. So first off, I wanted to say thank you for everything you did.
Just realized I got kicked out. I'll always be an ambassador. It's okay.
I think that was our thought as well. But speaking of the new ambassadors, we have Rose, Gabby, Sarah, Angel, and Madeline.
Oh.
So can you just talk about how you think they'll do as ambassadors and what you've just noticed them do for the game in general?
Oh, I think they're going to crush it. I saw them doing some stuff out on the lawn the other day, but just to be able to put your name on that, to be able to give back a little bit to help the next generation, it's just so cool. I mean, young girls look up to us, so to be a face that they can recognize or maybe watch week to week and be like, oh, like she's an ambassador. This is what she does. I want to be like her. It's just such a cool spot to be, and those are some good girls, so it's going to be great.
And then just do you have any advice for them as a former ambassador?
I mean, you always got to watch what you're doing. I always try to, how I present myself on the golf course is like through a 5-year-old's eyes of watching, to make sure we're behaving out there and using the right language and just carrying yourself like you would want a 5-year-old to see you. So, but I think they're going to do great. They're going to crush it. They're obviously great players. They're nice girls. They're the ones that will go sign those extra autographs if they see a child. So they're going to crush it.
Last question for me, just looking back, I mean, obviously you're a fan favorite, but what have the younger fans and especially the girls golf members really meant to you over your career?
Oh, just seeing them out there and having them support and to have a little smiling face on the side of the ropes. I mean, now having 2 girls of my own, when I see a kid, I'm like, gosh, that could be, especially when they're watching them on the range, I'm like, that could be my 2 daughters, someday. Brittany Lang and I joke, like, how cool would it be to be walking on the sidelines or maybe caddying for our girls like our parents did for us, 100 years ago. So how cool would that be? Like, but just to have them out there and to inspire them even a little bit, it's just a really cool place to be.
Awesome, thank you.
I'll wrap it up since Megan's not here to ask her question. I'll ask her question. Obviously, this is the Founders Cup, so we'd love to hear some of maybe your favorite memories with the past founders. I know they're gone now, but we'd love to look back at some of the memories you have with any of the founders.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have too many offhand, but just obviously can't thank them enough for having a vision to want to create a women's tour. I mean, none of us would be here without them, so we owe everything to them. And I'm praying they're watching us, and we're representing them the way that they would want to be represented, and just wanting to grow the game, women's golf, making it better. 75 years, it's just such a cool spot. It gives me chills. So I'm hoping to leave my mark to make it better and just see it continue to grow. It's such a great spot. Women's golf is in such a great spot.
Awesome. Thanks, Brittany.
Thank you. Ooh, killed it.